So today I'm going to give you something to love and something to hate about all of the towns around Nashville and Nashville itself. I'm going to try to cover as many of them as I can. If I happen to miss one or I don't mention the town that you live in or the town that you want to hear about, don't come for me. Like I said, I'm going to try to cover as many as I can, but time is limited. So I'm going to cover the ones that people call me for the most. If you have questions about another town or a specific area, feel free to reach out to me. But today we're giving you the best and worst of each one of these towns. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Jennifer Gramling. I'm a real estate agent here in the Nashville and surrounding area. And I just put out these videos trying to get you more familiar with the area. If you're thinking about moving here, relocating, visiting, this was going to be a great channel for you just to get you more familiar with the towns surrounding Nashville and Nashville itself. So if that's helpful to you at all, be sure to subscribe and of course like this video. And like I said, I am a real estate agent in the area. So if you have questions at all about moving here, relocating, I'm helping people just like you every single day to relocate. So be sure to reach out to me with any and all questions. You can call, text, email, however you want to get in touch with me. You can find all my contact information in the comments, and there's a Calendly link. If you want to book a time to talk directly with me, you can do that as well. So be sure, don't hesitate to reach out. So let's get into the love and the hate of Nashville and the surrounding area. Okay, these are in no particular order, but we're going to go ahead and start with Nashville since it's Nashville. So the thing that I love about Nashville is all of the live music. So you can find great live music anywhere. West, east, downtown Nashville. There's always a great place to listen to music, and no, it's not just always country music. You can find all different genres of music being played here. Of course, you can find country and bluegrass, folksy music, but you can also find rock, blues, and jazz. Tons of opportunities to go listen. And what's really fun is going to listen to some of the songwriter rounds and things, places like the Bluebird, the Listening Room. There's lots of amazing, great places to go listen to music and not just see the performers, but also see the songwriters perform their own music, songs that you know. You can catch these people in small, intimate venues, and it's a very cool thing to be a part of. Really cool thing to watch some of these artists play their music. So that is by far my favorite thing about Nashville. And the thing that I would say I probably hate the most would be the crowds on Broadway. And that's the unpopular opinion. So Broadway is something that you definitely want to do if you're coming here, you're visiting. It's very fun, but it's not a place that I'm going to go on a daily basis. It's probably like living in Las Vegas if you go to the Strip. And I don't know, maybe people in Las Vegas go to the Strip all the time. But bottom line is I'm just getting too old for the crowds, the smells, the bachelorette parties, the pedal taverns. It's just a lot down there on Broadway. So really fun if you've never experienced it, but probably not something that I want to be out doing on a Friday night. So that's probably the thing that I like the least about it. But the great thing is there's a lot of really cool places to hang out other than Broadway. So Broadway is just a small portion of all of the fun things to do in Nashville. There's lots of great places to see shows, listen to music, like I said. Great places to listen to music on Broadway as well, but also outside of that area. You've got theater, great restaurants, sporting events, just a lot of different things to take advantage of besides just that Broadway scene. So a lot to take advantage of here, but definitely downtown Broadway crowds, probably not my favorite thing about Nashville. Okay, so I'm going to kind of be jumping all over the place here today, but we're going to jump down south to College Grove in Williamson County. Love this town. One of the things that I really love about it is going to be all of the planned communities that it offers. So College Grove is really small, but it does have quite a few really nice planned communities. Now I know that there's states like Texas and Florida who do great, really fantastic, huge communities, tons of homes, and really extensive pools, water slides, just really incredible amenities. And while we do have great planned communities here, maybe not a lot on the scale that they do it there, one of the things that our towns do, a lot of them anyway, is to try to keep away from really high density living. And so a lot of times you won't get the number of homes in some of these neighborhoods to support these really great big amenities. But College Grove has several really great communities with fantastic amenities. You've got McDaniel Farms and Estates, you've got the Grove, you've got Falls Grove, and now Reedsville, all of which have fantastic amenities, great pools, workout facilities, walking trails. You've got access to the Harpeth River for a kayak or canoe launch, flower gardens, vegetable gardens, dog parks. So they have a lot of really great neighborhoods packed right into little bitty College Grove with really fantastic amenities. So if you're looking for a community like this is a great place to look, especially if you're wanting to be in Williamson County, because you have several available to you. And I guess the thing to hate, but I think hate is kind of a strong word, would be that there's nothing else really in College Grove. So you're not going to have stores, restaurants, shops, any of those things here in College Grove. It's all very rural aside from the neighborhoods. The great thing is that you do have really quick, easy access to the highway. You jump on 840, you can be in Franklin in 15 minutes or over on the west side of Murfreesboro in about 15 minutes, where you can do your grocery shopping, grab your coffee, whatever you want to do. It's about 15 minutes highway driving. So it's really, really quick. And 840, it really doesn't have a lot of traffic on it. It's a southern loop that takes issue around the outside of the city, so it's not really congested. So it is really quick to get to some of these locations where the things that you'll need will be. But it's great because you're located out where it's more quiet, it's less congested, you get that country living. But if you're looking for a place that's going to have a Kroger or a Publix or a Whole Foods up on the corner, College Grove is not going to be it. Okay, now we're going to jump over to Fairview. Fairview is also located in Williamson County, but it's located on the far west side of Franklin and west of Nashville. The thing that I love about Fairview, I would say the most, is probably Bowie Nature Park. This place is absolutely amazing. It's 700 acres of forest, lakes, and it's 17 miles of trails. So hiking trails, biking trails, horseback riding. There's also an incredible playground here. So if you wanted to get your kids out here to play on this playground, I really don't think that I've seen in the Nashville area a park that rivals this, in my opinion. And the great thing about this park is that it's located right in town. So you don't have to drive 15 minutes outside of town to get to this nature preserve. It's located right in town, right by your grocery stores. So if you're someone who likes to get out and enjoy something like this, have an incredible playground for your kids to go play on, go do hiking and whatever you want to do, that's right here in Fairview. You've got your own nature preserve right here in Fairview, and it's amazing. I will mention also that Fairview has the lowest price point of all Williamson County cities for purchasing a home. So if you want to be in Williamson County, but you want to be in that lower price point, you can do that out here in Fairview, which is really, really great. What's the thing I hate about Fairview? Again, a lot of these I say love and hate, but I don't actually hate it that much. It just depends on what your preference is. So Fairview is located pretty far away from everything. So while it is Williamson County, it's on the west side of Franklin, but it is going to be about a 20 to 25 minute drive, depending on where you are, to get into downtown Franklin. Now, Fairview does have everything located right inside of it. You've got restaurants, you've got grocery stores, you have everything you need self-contained in that little town. But if you want to get into more of an active town every day, you're probably going to be driving 25 minutes to get into Franklin, or 30 minutes or so to get into downtown Nashville. So it's not a super quick drive to get into other towns, but like I said, you do have everything self-contained there in Fairview. You're probably not going to have restaurants open at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night if you want to go out and get a bite. So if that's the kind of town that you're looking to live in, Fairview's probably not it. It's definitely more of a quiet, small town. Do have everything you need right there, but it is going to be a little bit of a drive to get to an area with a lot more things going on. Okay, now we're going to jump up to Hendersonville. So I really love Hendersonville. One of the reasons that I love Hendersonville is that it's located right on the lake. It's located on the north side of Old Hickory Lake. If you love lake living and you want to live on the lake, Hendersonville is a great place to do it. Hendersonville is so super pretty. I feel like it's really well groomed, really clean, and that's one of the reasons that I love it so much. So you've got tons of neighborhoods that go in and around the lake. You can live directly lakefront, but you can also find some amazing houses in walking distance to the lake in the $500,000, $600,000 range, sometimes even a little bit lower than that. The other really great thing actually that just popped into my mind is that you can find mid-century modern homes in Hendersonville. You can't find a ton of mid-century homes in the Nashville suburbs for whatever reason. There's a couple of pockets where if somebody came to me and was kind of looking for that style, I'd probably send them to Hendersonville or West Nashville or West Brentwood. But I really love that style. So if that's a style of house that you're looking for, I think about them just being a couple blocks off the lake. So if you're looking for something like that, this would be a great place to do it. The thing that I would hate would probably be the traffic. Sometimes the traffic getting out of Nashville and into Hendersonville can be kind of tough if you're traveling at those peak hours. So I would just be aware of that. If you're thinking about moving here and you're thinking about living in Hendersonville, you may just want to come out and drive those highways and those back roads during those peak hours and just see how that feels and see if it's too much. But I guess that would be the only thing that I could pick on for Hendersonville. I really like Hendersonville a lot, so if I have to pick on something, I guess it would be the traffic. Okay, and while we're up here on this side of the map, let's go ahead and go to Gallatin, which is right next door to Hendersonville. Again, the thing that I love about Gallatin, one is that it's on the lake. I really love the golf courses here in Gallatin. If you're looking for amazing golf courses and amazing golf courses on the lake, this is going to be the best place to find those. So you have some really great golf courses in Gallatin, not the least of which are Fairview Plantation and Foxland Harbor, two great neighborhoods also that are located right there on the lake with the golf courses overlooking that. The cool thing about those golf courses is that if you join one, you're a member of both. You have a membership to both sets of amenities. So both pools, both clubhouses, all the restaurants, and all the golfing, which is really, really great. And it's just so beautiful right there. I don't think Nashville really capitalized as much as it should have on some of these lakefront neighborhoods as far as putting in these types of golf courses, homes, amenities, and things, but they really did it right in Gallatin with these neighborhoods. So that is the thing that I probably love the most about Gallatin. I will also mention that they do have a really cute historic downtown, which I also love. I love the towns that have some of these old historic downtowns, which just adds a lot of charm to the area and a really cool place to hang out if you live in Gallatin. So I will say that. If I had to say one con for Gallatin, I guess it would be the distance from Nashville. So it's going to be one of the suburbs. It's kind of the furthest out. It is on the other side of Hendersonville. So you're going to have a longer drive. You might be like 35 to 45 minutes. And if there's traffic, you can obviously be longer than that because you have to go all the way through Hendersonville and deal with that traffic. Like I said, there is some traffic coming into Hendersonville. So again, if you're commuting into downtown Nashville every single day and you're going to be driving at those peak hours, maybe just come and drive that, see if it's too far for you. But if that's not a consideration for you, this is a great place to live. Okay, and let's jump over to Franklin. The thing that I love the most about Franklin is going to be the historic downtown area of Franklin. It really is so cute. I talk about it all the time, do have videos on it, but it does look like a Hallmark card. If you've been to or seen downtown Franklin, it is so very cute. You've got tons of shopping down there, restaurants, plenty of places to just walk around, enjoy, eat, hang out. Obviously, they have tons of events down there as well. Parades, tree lightings, festivals. So a lot going on in that downtown Franklin area. It's just so charming. You'll know when you go there and you will probably love it. And something to hate about Franklin, I guess, would be probably the growth. It has grown a lot. So you're looking at around 90,000 people in Franklin. It has grown up quite a bit. So if you're looking for a small town, it does still somewhat have a small town feel, especially with that charming downtown, but it is a lot bigger now. So you're going to have more traffic. You're going to have more people. You're also going to have a lot more going on and a lot more offerings. So if you want a lot of stores to shop, if you want a lot of things to go do, Franklin's going to be a great place to do that. But if you're looking for a small town quiet life, now there are parts and pockets of Franklin that are more small town. If you go out towards Sleepers Fork, you can get more out in the country so that you feel like you're more in the country. But a lot of that inner core of Franklin is built up a lot more. So you're going to have a lot more people there. Going to be a little bit more congested. Okay, so we're going to jump down to Murfreesboro now. So Murfreesboro is a fantastic city. It's pretty large. It's got a lot to offer. So it also has another one of those cute historic downtown centers for you to go explore. There's MTSU. You've got tons of shopping, restaurants, all kinds of things here because like I said, it is a bigger city. But I love that there's a lot of different types of housing here. So you do have several different planned communities here. You can also find more rural living if you're looking for more space or more land and you just want to have that space. You can have that here. And the price point here is going to be a lot lower than a lot of the other places that we look at. So price point in Murfreesboro is going to be less, which is really great. If you're looking to get a lot more for your money, you can definitely do that in Murfreesboro. And there's just some really beautiful areas here. The thing that I hate about Murfreesboro, I would have to say, is that it's located right on 24 and 840. So if you're wanting to get into downtown Nashville, the most direct route is going to be up 24 to get into Nashville. This highway can be a real pain during peak hours and even sometimes not in peak hours. So if there's weather, if there's an accident, if there's something, you can kind of forget about it. It is really the quickest way. You can take 840 around, jump on 65 and go north, but that's going to take you a lot longer. So just being on I-24 is not my favorite. If you're not looking to commute into downtown Nashville every day during those peak hours, it's really fine. You can drive in, 25 to 30 minutes, be into downtown Nashville. But if you do get caught in the traffic, sometimes it can get kind of gnarly on 24. But again, if commute is not an issue for you or you're working in Murfreesboro, then this should not be a problem. Okay, now we're going to jump down to Thompson Station, which is in Williamson County. And the thing that I love is that it is right by the First Bank Amphitheater, which is a really great venue to go and see concerts. So technically the First Bank Amphitheater is located in Franklin, but I mean, it really feels like Thompson Station. It's just across the highway, so it's Thompson Station adjacent. And that would probably be my favorite thing about the area. So this is a really new music venue. It's very cool. It's outdoor at an old rock quarry. It's really beautiful. And they have some great acts coming there. And it's a great place to go and see concerts. So if you love seeing concerts and you want to spend a lot of time there, being in Thompson Station, you're right there. And the possible con to Thompson Station would be just that it is very rural. There's not a lot to do in Thompson Station other than being right by First Bank Amphitheater. It's also right by Spring Hill, which we'll talk about in just one second since it is right next door. But not a lot going on in Thompson Station. Again, this is another one of those really small towns without a lot of things going on in it. If you're looking for nightlife and those things, you're not going to find that in Thompson Station. There are some beautiful neighborhoods and great places to live, and that may be a pro for you, just being out there in the quiet, not being super congested. But if you're looking for more nightlife and a lot of things to do, then Thompson Station is not it. But then we'll go ahead and jump over to Spring Hill, which is right next door. It's literally a stone's throw from Thompson Station, and Spring Hill has literally everything. So that would probably be the thing that I would love about Spring Hill, is that you have all of the stores that you're going to want. You're going to have all of your big box stores here. You're going to have your Home Depots, your Lowe's, Walmart's, grocery stores, and then you're going to have tons of restaurants, places to eat, hair salons, everything that you need. Spring Hill has grown up a ton, and they have a lot of things to offer if you live there. Which, going back to Thompson Station, if you're living in Thompson Station, there's really not much there, but it is really easy to get over into Spring Hill and take advantage of all of the things that they have to offer. The thing that I would say that I would probably dislike about Spring Hill would be definitely the traffic. So Spring Hill does have some heavy traffic going in and out of it. They are trying to relieve some of that. They are adding new off-ramps, which is going to relieve actually a lot of traffic, if you can believe it, for some of these new developments that are going in. But Spring Hill grew up really, really fast. It is one of the cities with the lowest median home price in Williamson County, so that is why people were moving there so quickly, was because of that housing price and still being in Williamson County. And if you do, that's going to be one of the lower cost places to do it. So it did grow up pretty quickly. With that, all of the infrastructure wasn't necessarily able to keep up with all of that. So they do have a little bit of a traffic issue. But I go back to, again, if you're not commuting during those times, this isn't going to be as bad, but now some of that construction traffic could get to you too. But they are working really hard to relieve that. But Spring Hill has a ton of great things to offer if you can get over some of that traffic. Okay, now we're going to head back up north to Arrington, which is in Williamson County. And the thing that I love about Arrington is going to be just the ruralness of it. So the location of Arrington is absolutely great. So you're fully removed from a lot of things. This is going to be another one of those really small towns. 3,000 people is all there is in Arrington, and you've only got a handful of neighborhoods. But the thing about the neighborhoods is that some of these are very expensive and they're very, very nice. You have a couple of really nice planned communities in Arrington if you're wanting to take advantage of those, one being gated and some really beautiful homes. Surprisingly, Arrington has the highest average home sale price in all of Williamson County as far as city goes. Now, comparing that to Brentwood, they have a lot more sales, so that average is going to be a little bit lower. Brentwood, the average does just come in a little bit under Arrington, but that's only because Arrington is so small. But that just gives you an idea of some of those home prices in Arrington. Really beautiful homes here. Now, if you're looking for those $6, $10, $15 million homes, you're not going to find those in Arrington. Those are going to be more Brentwood and West Nashville, but some really great neighborhoods here. But not to scare you off, there are a couple of neighborhoods actually that are being built right now that are under $1 million, actually under $800,000, where you can build in Arrington and still be a part of this really fantastic community. So don't let those home prices scare you off. They do have some more affordable options on actually really great lots here in Arrington if you're not looking to build $1 million+ home. Now, the thing to hate, if that's something you hate, it definitely wouldn't be a hate for me, but would be just that there really is nothing there in Arrington. A little bit similar to College Grove, but actually you're going to have more in Arrington. You do have a couple of gas stations. You also have a handful of stores. So you'll have Mercantile 1858 and 3 French Hens, which are home and antique stores, which are really fun to go to. So those are located right there. But if you're looking for grocery stores and restaurants and all of that, you're not going to have that here in Arrington. But the really great thing is that you're located in this perfect little spot. You're just south of Nolensville and just east of Franklin. So it's only going to take you about 10 to 12 minutes to get to either one of those. So you can go north to Nolensville, be in Nolensville in 10 to 12 minutes, or over to Franklin, both of which you'll be able to do your grocery shopping, go out to eat, and just be able to take advantage of all of the things that those towns have to offer and not have to live directly in them. So you're out of some of that congestion. You're going to be out of that traffic. It's going to feel a lot more peaceful being out here, but you're still so close that you can enjoy all of those things. Okay, heading north from there, we'll go to Nolensville. The thing that I love about Nolensville is that it does really still feel like a small town. So Nolensville has been growing. So you're looking at close to 18 to 20,000 people in Nolensville. So it's a decent sized town, but it still feels really small. And that is actually really small, especially compared to some of these towns. You're not going to have all of those big box stores here. So you're going to have a lot more local things. There is a little historic downtown area, which is really cute, much smaller than a lot of the other towns, what they have, but it's still really charming and you have a lot down there. So you're going to have places to eat. You're going to have restaurants. You've got an organic grocery store. They're building 2 new grocery stores in downtown Nolensville right now. Previously, Nolensville did not have their own grocery store in town, although it was just 10 minutes north to get to Aldi's, Kroger, or Publix in Brentwood. But as it was, there was no grocery store there. Now there will actually be 2. So if you're worried about having your groceries close by, you're going to have plenty close by now. But really not a lot of chains in Nolensville, and it does feel very small and very self-contained. The only chain really to speak of is going to be Sonic, where you'll want to be if you're a teenager. But the great thing again about the location of Nolensville is that you're only going to be about 15 to 20 minutes to get into downtown Franklin. So if you want to go over there, you want to go to Trader Joe's, Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Target, all that stuff, it's only going to be about 15 to 20 minutes to get over that way. Or you can always head over to Smyrna as well. It's going to be about equal driving distance to get over there to Smyrna if you want to take advantage of all those things over there. They have Targets and all kinds of things over there as well. But so that's the thing I love about Nolensville. It does still feel very small town. Now, the thing to probably hate is that there's no direct highway access in Nolensville. So if you look at a map, it looks like 3141A goes directly up into Nashville, which it does. Kind of looks like a bigger street on a map. It's not a highway, and it's not a road that you want to use to commute into downtown Nashville. So if you try to take that, it's going to take you a long time because there's going to be traffic, there's going to be lights, there's going to be a lot of things. You're going to want to either go one direction or the other. So you're either going to go over to I-65 and go north, or you're going to go over to 24 and go north on that if you're trying to get into downtown Nashville. Usually the fastest way is going to be up 65 because we already talked about what 24 does. With no traffic, it's about the same. But if you're looking to live somewhere that's directly on a highway, Nolensville, you're not going to have that. It's still only about 25 to 30 minutes to get into downtown Nashville with no traffic. So it's really not a bad commute at all. But if you're looking at it on the map, you're not going to be located directly on that highway. And wrapping up for Williamson County, we're going to go north into Brentwood. The thing that I love about Brentwood is going to be the extensive park system, extensive bike trails and running trails. There is tons of this in Brentwood, more so than probably anywhere else, I would say, in the Nashville area. So if you love that outdoor lifestyle, biking, running, bike lanes on the roads, Brentwood is it. And you don't find it really to any other extent, at least in my experience. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments if you know of a better area for that type of thing. But in my experience, Brentwood has the best of all of that. So you're not going to find a lot of bike lanes on roads in a lot of these more rural towns. If you want to bike on a road, you might be taking your life in your own hands. A lot of these roads don't have shoulders. They have drop-offs. So coming around the corners, I would be terrified to ride a bike on some of these streets. But Brentwood, you're going to get a lot of bike lanes, which is really nice. And you're also going to get a lot of running trails and paved bike paths as well. So you've got tons of parks too. You've got Crockett Park. You've got Smith Park, which has actually legitimate hiking trails, which I'm going to take you on. I'm going to show you, we're going to do a highlight of Smith Park because it's so very cool. You've got miles of hiking trails that are legitimate hiking trails. And we'll give you a workout if that's what you're looking for. But spidering off of that and all throughout Brentwood, there are trail systems for running and biking that you can connect to, which are really, really nice. And the thing that I would say that I would hate would be the price point in Brentwood. So Brentwood is one of the most expensive suburbs of Nashville, kind of has that reputation. If you're looking for $6 million, $10 million, $15 million homes, you can definitely find those in Brentwood, some really, really upscale neighborhoods, which is really great. I actually do love those. I don't hate that about Brentwood. But if you're a more price conscious shopper, you're probably not going to find that in Brentwood. It's definitely going to be harder to find. There are some really great neighborhoods, which again, we're going to do some videos and highlight some of those because I do love Brentwood. There are neighborhoods where you can buy under $1 million. You can find older homes on larger lots that may need some renovation, but I wanted to highlight some of those neighborhoods because a lot of people think that the price is really prohibitive in Brentwood. You can still find some things depending on what you're looking for and what your requirements are, but the price point in Brentwood is a lot higher than anywhere else. So if I had to say something, at least from a real estate perspective, the thing that I wouldn't like is that it can be exclusive to some people just based off that price point. Okay, and jumping out east is going to be Mount Juliet. So I get a lot of people calling me for Mount Juliet. One of the things I love about Mount Juliet is going to be the proximity to really everything. Proximity to downtown Nashville. It's really close, probably a 20-minute drive to get into downtown Nashville. It's also really close to the airport. So some parts of Mount Juliet, you're right by the airport. So if you're commuting a lot and you need to travel and you need to get back and forth to the airport all the time, Mount Juliet might be the place for you because it's really easy and convenient to get over into the airport. It's also located right on the lake. So it's located between two lakes. It's located on the south side of Old Hickory Lake and it's located on the north side of Percy Priest Lake. So you cannot live directly on Percy Priest Lake, but you can do all of your boating activities, fishing, skiing, all of that stuff, paddleboarding, canoeing. You can do all of that on Percy Priest. Tons of places to put your boat in there or go out, fish, and enjoy that lake. And then again, you're going to be on the south side of Old Hickory. So you can live directly on Old Hickory in Mount Juliet. So again, if you're one of those people who's looking for lake living, looking to be directly lakefront or close to the lake, Mount Juliet is a great place to do that and still be close to downtown Nashville. So really the location, I guess, in Mount Juliet is what I'm getting at, is really great for a lot of different reasons for a lot of different people. Okay, and I guess my con for Mount Juliet would be just being located right on I-40. I guess that's a pro and a con because it makes it so convenient to all of these different places, but also I-40 can get kind of messy, especially like those other places when there's weather, when there's an accident, things like that. It can get kind of jammed up. So living on the highway can be a love-hate relationship. So you could definitely have that in Mount Juliet. It is kind of hard to come up with cons for some of these places because I love so much about all of them. So I'm digging deep for these, but I guess if I had to come up with one, that would probably be it. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to talk about Lebanon or Lebanon. If you are a local, if you want to fit in, you'll say Lebanon. So the thing that I love about Lebanon is going to be that historic downtown center. So like a lot of these other towns, it does have that little historic downtown center that adds so much charm to the city itself. I absolutely love it. They have all the things going on down there. They're going to have festivals. They're going to have parades. They're going to have all of those things. And I just love that element of charm that it adds to these cities. The other great thing is that it's also on the lake. So just being east of Mount Juliet, it's also going to be on that south side of Old Hickory. And you're going to have a lower price point to be on the lake out here since you're a little bit further out from Nashville, but you're also still on the lake right here. So I love this historic downtown. I always love that in a town, and I love that it's on the lake as well. So looking for that lakefront living, you can do that here. And then probably the thing that I would say that I hate would be the distance from Nashville. So along with Gallatin, it's going to be one of those suburbs that's just going to be further out, which may not be an issue for you if you're not commuting into downtown Nashville. If you don't have to work there every day, then this is not going to be a concern for you. So again, you may want to come and drive that if you are having to make that commute. It's not absolutely terrible, but it's not going to be the closest place located into Nashville if you're looking to drive there every single day. Okay, so that's all my loves and hates for Nashville and the surrounding cities. I know I didn't get to cover them all. Like I said, reach out to me if you have questions about any of these places specifically or another area that I didn't get to cover, but that at least covers a lot of it. Like I said, if you have questions at all, be sure to reach out to me. You can find all my contact information in the description, call, text, email, however you want to get in touch with me, and you can certainly do that and we can get all of your questions answered. Like I said, like this video, subscribe if it's helpful to you, and stay tuned. We have a lot of really great videos coming out on different areas in and around Nashville. Drop in the comments what you'd like to see and we'll try to get some of those covered too. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next video.